Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Crafty Crochet and Bible with Angela and Cozy Row. Hey, there's our two viewers already. Awesome. This is
Hey,
Storm
hi, Angela.
from Stormy from Storm Reads and Melanie from A Hook to the Left. So, would y'all like to introduce yourself?
It's like, who goes first?
Okay, start with you.
I'm happy to go first. So I am Melanie, hooked to the left. My channel, my YouTube channel, is all about yarn and crochet things that I do some reviews on and stuff like that. Lately, it's been a lot of yarn, but and I am left-handed, hence the hook to the left. So
Oh, it's
that's
cool.
me in short.
Do you teach people how to like crochet and knit and stuff or whatever?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Do you teach people, like, do you show people how to do like crocheting, or do you just like, I don't know, be on there crocheting? I mean, I don't know. I don't know a lot of, I don't
I
know a
do
lot of
have
yarn.
tutorials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have tutorials, especially for beginners. Yay, another lefty! Woohoo! High five. I
Yeah,
always love a lefty.
didn't know that, Ro.
Yeah, I do some tutorials.
That's cool. So I'm Stormy. My channel is Storm Reads, and I read just about anything when it comes to books, except for nonfiction. I don't really, and I'm not big into sci-fi, but pretty much just about anything else. Right now, I'm pretty much into mysteries and romances and stuff like that.
Cool. So, I think the first question I want
That's
to ask
awesome.
is what inspired y'all to start your channels?
I'll
Um,
just let you go first. We'll just go
Mine
down
sounds
the line.
okay, that works. Um, so mine sounds a little boring, but basically, I realized I was watching some YouTube gurus online, and I realized that I am in my mid 40s. I'm approaching a retirement, and I wanted to get a second line of income going before I retired. So I was thinking about what I could do on YouTube to help facilitate that, and what I loved and what I could produce. And crochet is what came of it. Now, when I got on it, though, the community surprised me, and that has outwon, and that's actually what has created my staying power so far is the community, more so than my drive to have a second income when I retire in 20 years.
Okay.
So
Can
that's it.
y'all hold on one moment? You can go ahead and talk, but I'm going to be right back. I just need to turn off my AC
Okay.
because it's so
I'm used to
loud.
Ginger
So
doing
loud
that. She
I
does
can
it
hear.
this way.
There we go.
Okay, so I started my channel because I don't have anybody to talk to about books, pretty much. Nobody in my family really reads. Like here in the house, it's just me and my dad, and he can't read it. He only reads comic books if he reads anything. Um, my big book lover was my mom, but she's passed on. So, and my brother doesn't read. My aunts don't read. None of my friends read. So, I didn't have anybody to talk about books with. So I just went ahead and started a channel. First, I started off blogging. I did that first, and I still have my blog, but I think it's kind of fun to just get on there and be able to talk about books. Sometimes it's easier to, I say, ramble about books, because sometimes what I want to say and what comes out sometimes doesn't. I get really nervous,
Oh,
and so sometimes it might not be very coherent, but it's still fun, and the book community is really fun too.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been in both communities. I've found that there's there's a lot of drama anywhere that there's more than two people or more than one person. But I've only found positives in both communities. So it's good that y'all
I'm
have
good.
had similar experiences.
Yes.
And
Cozy
And
says
I
there's a lot of echo and
was-
glitching going on. I don't know.
um,
Is it still glitching and echoing?
yeah, it's a little with Melanie. I see glitching and stuff.
oh,
I don't
okay.
see any when it comes to mine,
I was gonna say she
but
doesn't look like she's glitching to me. That's why I didn't know.
a little.
Oh,
She
she
said
says
it's
it's
better
better
now,
now.
and it is better now.
She says it's better now, so maybe.
Okay. Okay. It may have been, and I'm going to warn you, I live in the North Carolina mountains, you guys. So sometimes my connection gets a little funky. And that's FUNKY. So just to let you know.
Well, that's fine.
I'm hoping
I'm sorry if there's any.
the storms hold off until I get done here too, because it's supposed to start storming sometime around now. We've had storms like off and on for the last 2 or 3 days, and I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah, I thought it said it was going to storm here, but it hasn't. It's rained a little, I think, but not anything storm wise. So, but so Storm, you said that you read pretty much anything except nonfiction. That's I don't read nonfiction at all. I mean, I used to a long time ago. I would read Christian nonfiction, but lately I'm not into nonfiction, and I have gotten more into mysteries and cozy mysteries.
Yeah.
So,
If I do read nonfiction, it's probably like true crime or maybe one of my favorite like actors' biography or something, or autobiography. But other than that, I don't.
yeah, you and Melanie would get along with that true crime stuff.
I love anything crime, and it's funny because I listen to some YouTube channels that do cover true crime in the background while I work. I'm listening about some serial killer while I'm working.
Yeah, I watched the
People ask you what
documentary.
you're listening to, and you're like, "Well,
Well, I'm
Yeah.
fortunate. I work from home, so I'm fortunate in
oh,
that
really?
case.
You're good that way." Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I usually watch the documentaries. Me and my sister, we watch those, the true crime documentaries and stuff. And she's way more into it than I am. Not that I'm not into it, it's just she's obsessed, kind of. And I think she really likes Dahmer. Dahmer's one that she's into right now and stuff. So we've watched a lot of stuff about him and on him and different things.
Who is that? I didn't catch that name. Who was that?
Dahmer, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Oh, that one. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I used
Let's
to be
see
like
what-
really heavy into true crime, and whenever I was like my late teens to early 20s is when the whole Jeffrey Dahmer thing happened, and it was bad because I collected newspaper clippings and I was really into
The Dahmer scrapbook.
pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
That's
my
actually
goodness.
kind of awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I
Kinda creepy.
wanted to be like
Yeah.
a profiler whenever I was younger,
Yeah.
but I never, yeah.
Criminal Minds,
I'm
baby.
not very good with like mathematics, and I thought about forensics, and I was like, no, that's not going to be me. But yeah,
Yeah. My mom always says that if she was young now, she would go to school for something in law enforcement and being like a not really a police detective, but maybe a private eye or something like that, and all, or like something CSI or something. So
That's
she
digging
would have been
into
good at that.
I wanted to say a couple things to Cozy Reads. First of all, thank you for saying that I look like I'm in my 30s. I will send you that $5 here in the mail in about a day. Anyway, but thank you. I appreciate
No.
it.
And
So thank thank you. And then the question about it's actually Melanie, but you can call me Mel, and I'm good with that. And have I ever read a cozy mystery? So as far as reading goes, I am really big into fantasy, like epic fantasy, but I do love a good mystery. My grandma got me into like gothics, and right now my favorite mystery writer, and it's a little bit romance, a little bit mystery, is Tammy Hogue. I really enjoy her work, or what she writes.
And she said Mel, and she's Ro.
Oh, my daughter is also Ro for Rowan.
Okay. I don't
So I'll
think
remember
that.
We either call her Cozy or
Yeah,
Row, or sometimes we call her Cozy Row.
Yeah. Most of the time,
I love it.
Cozy Ro. So, yeah.
Hi,
And
Elizabeth.
then
I seen she popped on there.
let's say hello to Elizabeth. Hey. Oh, her full name
Oh, her
is
name is
Rochelle. I did not know that.
Rochelle, okay.
Nice. That's pretty.
I know. I like that. It's pretty.
Yeah, I like that. And another thing I wanted to ask y'all is, so, oh, she said she loves the name Rowan.
Oh, thank you.
That sounds like a fantasy name. Did you have like a favorite
yes.
fantasy character, or?
We were looking at names to name her, and Brooke Shields had just named her daughter a couple of years before, Rowan, and it was on like this list of names. And I also looked at Rowena, but I felt like Rowena was too feminine. I kind of like that neutral feeling of a name, kind of like Jordan. Anyway, and then my husband agreed to it because of the Anne Rice books. In the witch books, there's a Rowan in there.
Oh, okay. And I've never heard of those books.
They're vampire books.
Oh, is that in the series with
the like Vampire Lestat and things like that, and then she has a separate witch book.
From that.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
What was your question you had? You said you were going to ask a question. Then
yeah, I was, but now. Oh.
Story of my life.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to say, how long have y'all been doing your channels?
I just hit my year about a month ago.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that short of a time period.
Oh yeah.
I've been on here.
I feel like but I'm sorry.
I've been on here a couple of years. I didn't go very gung ho like the first, and I was just kind of a little bit, and then I kind of fell off the radar, and then I kind of popped back on a little bit.
Yeah,
I've been trying to. It's hard to come up with like ideas to like post videos. I'm not very good at it, like a lot of people are.
Oh, I know. And over here in the comments, Miss Lizzie Faye. Okay, she said she's coming from the dog park on her way home. Yeah, she's posting videos all the dang time.
Yeah.
But she's got 1,000 book projects going, so she's got something all the time to talk about.
That's what I need. I need to get me some book projects going, so then I can always give updates.
Yeah, that was another thing I wanted to ask y'all about, is the projects y'all are working on. Okay, you do Storm, you do books, and then you do crochet, so they're kind of different projects, but what are y'all, anything y'all are working on, any readathons, any crochet alongs or anything?
Right now, my current project, now I don't do crochet alongs because between my channel and my job, I don't have time to keep up with it. I tend to start it and then never finish, so I just realized that's not my bag. Okay. So, but right now, this is what I'm working on. I am making this for my sister who is moving near me in August. Now she's not going to need it till the winter, but this is a scarf.
Well, that's pretty.
Pretty.
Chevron scarf. Thank you. And then this is really the only, I have a couple. I need to make a pair of booties to send with some baby stuff that I made for a friend of mine from work. And actually, the news is that he just had his baby today.
Awesome.
So I'm a little late. I thought she was going to get induced on the 9th, and she ended up going into labor this morning at about 6:30. So thank you, Cozy Row. Thank you.
What is that yarn? Do you know?
It is Ferris wheel, and I always got to look at the label, but it's Lion Brand's Ferris wheel, which is a roving yarn. And roving just means it's loosely spun.
Loosely spun. Okay.
Side a little bit, and it is the colorway is it's 100% acrylic, which means it's soft, and it's Sprinkles is the name of the colorway.
Sprinkles. Okay, I like those colors. Those are pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, my sister saw me working on a blanket that I was making for my friend, and she asked me, well, now I need a hat and a scarf because I'm going to be moving up here, so and we get snow this way.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Storm.
So I'm currently participating in the historical romance readathon. It started today, and it goes to July 4th.
Okay, cool.
So the goal is to try to read as many as I can.
Okay, so you try to read as many of the historical romances as you can, or are there specific books to follow? I'm curious. Yeah. I've never done a readathon.
Well, this readathon actually it has a bingo card and it has 16 prompts, but I'm like, yeah, I probably won't get all those prompts, but you can double up. And like one of the books that I'm currently reading now, which is Olivia and the Masked Duke by Grace Calloway, it hits about like 5 or 6 of the prompts. So just the one and everything, but really it's just a goal is just to try to read as many as I can within that week and have fun reading historical romances, which is my favorite romances. I love historical romances. So
okay, that's cool. I'm not big on historical. That's just not my thing. I like some element of historical. Like there was a book, I'm trying to think who, it wasn't a romance, but it was I think women's fiction. What'd I do? Did I do something funny?
No, I was reading Cozy's comment. Oh, and the summer readathon on Killing Time with Cozy.
Yeah, just slyly slip that in.
There's a summer readathon. You have to read books and spell out the word summer with the books.
Yeah.
Oh, got you. Okay. So like the first letter of the book would spell out the word summer, or you read what you can to spell out that word.
Yes.
If it has a letter within like the title words or whatever, okay. So it doesn't have, you get an extra point, I think, if it's the first word of the title, but it doesn't have to be the first word.
Yeah. Okay. And you get points if they're all cozy mysteries.
Yeah, and a point if they're summer reads, like summary reads or something.
Yeah, like summary books, and there's different things like that. And that's on the she has Cozy Reads Mystery. She is a booktuber, and she does books and stuff. Oh, no, she used to.
She doesn't do booktube anymore. She used to.
Yeah, she doesn't anymore.
She's our Discord organizer.
Yeah. Yeah,
got Discord. You. Okay.
Because Killing
Time with Cozy.
So on what's a cozy mystery? Because she and I may have misunderstood when she asked me about that. Is that a specific type of?
A cozy mystery would be like something that's not gritty, that there's no real blood and guts, no, and it's not like a police procedural. It doesn't tell like, or not a courtroom drama, nothing like that. There may be a little bit of that, but Yeah, no violence on page.
Yeah, it
It's
happens
just
often.
Okay.
usually someone stumbles upon the body or something like that. It doesn't tell like it might tell who committed the crime, but it's not. And it might tell, okay, they did it by poison, or they shot them or something, but it's not anything. There's blood and guts or gore or any of
Most of the
that.
time,
None of
it's
that.
set in a small town with
Yeah,
a
set in a small
fun cast of
town.
characters, and usually it's almost always not all the time, but almost always the main character ends up with their boyfriend as the policeman.
Yeah, a lot of times that's the thing.
Okay.
Or
And
and there's
they're just
Okay.
usually
really
it's a woman who is, and there's like it's the amateur sleuth, and usually it's a woman. There's a
Okay.
few that I've heard
Kind
of
of like
that have
Murder, She
men.
Wrote, but in a book
yeah,
form.
Murder She Wrote. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
kind of murder she wrote. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Cozy said a murder mystery that doesn't have gore or violence, small town setting, and amateur sleuth.
Got it.
Yeah,
And
that's
I don't know if I've read
basically
any
the
of those.
formula.
I may have.
Yeah, they're good. I had heard of them for a long time, basically just from one of the people that I heard about them the most from was Lizzie Faye, and then other people started talking about them, and then she had a readathon. Can't think of what it's called. It's in March Mystery Madness, and that got me into. I read like one or two like more thriller type books, and then I started reading cozy mysteries, and I love those.
They sound like they would be great. And hi, Ginger.
Yeah. Hi, Ginger. Yeah, Ginger is the yarn geek.
I was trying to see if I can show, but it's not coming up. I was gonna show you the covers are always like really cute too.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and a lot of times
like
they
a
have.
small town feel.
See if I can
Yeah,
get
it
it to where it
says.
looks. See like that.
Yeah.
They got like a cute little covers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They have yarn
Yeah.
ones and knitting ones, and like
Yes.
last
have a
month
crocheting
their
series.
knockout ones were Yarn to Go and Murder She Knit.
Yeah.
Murder She. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look those up. Although I have to see if they come in like in on Audible or something. Because I
Some of
listen
them
to my
do.
yeah.
Do you have Hoopla? Because there's a ton of cozies on Hoopla.
Hoopla? No, but I can definitely look that up. I'm writing it down right now.
It's
Some
from your library.
libraries have it and some don't. So
Okay, I'll look that up. Thank
And-
you.
Okay, and she was saying they are very town and character driven. Yes, Murder She Wrote
Which I
is
love
actually a
this.
book series too. And then she was saying the titles are usually puns, like Amber Me. I just read Arsenic and Adobo.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
An
And
odd combination.
yeah, somebody's
Yeah.
murdered at a Filipino restaurant is when somebody is poisoned. Or that's where they die.
Okay, and that makes sense for the adobo with the arsenic. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beach
And
plum
then
bookworm.
she said they are on
Okay.
audio.
I'm writing
And
that down.
yes, check out Beach Bum Bookworm channel.
Yeah, that's Tiffany's channel. She's cool.
Yeah. Her and Cozy Row usually do a Saturday night live video, but it's usually the
Ooh.
same time as y'all do
As the yarn hook.
Yarn Hookers. So
And just to let y'all know, the yarn hookers, Ginger's included in that, and that's a show that we do that's very crochet based every Saturday night.
yes, it's Melanie from Yarn Hookers, Melanie from Hook to the Left, Ginger from Yarn Geek, and Julie from, is it
Crochet.
Naughty something?
No,
Say that
that's her
again.
character that she shorts, but it's her channel is Whippy Chick.
Whippy Chick. I couldn't remember. Okay, Whippy Chick. Okay. Okay, and Ginger's saying she likes the Coffee House Mystery by Cleo Coyle. That's also a cozy mystery, and that's the thing about cozy mysteries. There's usually like a theme to it. Like a lot of the ones I read are food related, and there's ones that have they're animal related. Like there's a cat mystery series or something. Cat Cat in the Stacks, or there's two or three. There's a magical mystery cats or something,
There's a
and
bunch of
then Cat in the
cabins.
Stacks. Yeah, there's like different ones, and there's
It's
some
like
that
this.
are
If you have a hobby or a job or something, you can almost find a cozy mystery for it.
Gotcha. And Cozy Row, it is Hooked. Hooked. You should be able to find it that way.
yeah. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Well, I'll have her channel linked in the description below once the live is over,
Cool.
and I'll
Thank you.
put the yarn hookers information down there, and uh over here Storm Reads, I'll have her channel linked, and
Awesome.
yeah, Sookie Stackhouse. She
Yes.
is she the one that did?
No, not Cookie.
I know she did True Blood, but did she also? Isn't she the one that did the Tea Garden?
Yeah,
Aurora Tea
Charlene Harris
Garden?
has a cozy. She has actually, I think, a couple of cozy mystery type books. But
Charlene Harris, not
Aurora,
Sookie Stackhouse. Okay,
yeah, Aurora Tea
I'm
Garden
getting.
is her big one.
Yeah, that's the one. I've watched those movies
Yeah,
and all, so I've heard that they're different than the movies.
yeah. The Hallmark movies are a lot different than the books. I've read like 3 or 4 of the books, and like even the way the librarian's described on there is so not Cameron. Was her name Candace Cameron
Candace
Bure?
Cameron Bure.
Yeah, it's so not her. I mean, she's got like this kinky curly like hair, and she's got geeky glasses and all that stuff. And yeah, she looks kind of like that librarian style that you would think of as kind of like the geeky librarian in the books, but in the show, she's like more of a sexy librarian.
Yeah, more the bubbly, vivacious, more
That
type,
won't sell.
but not, but still clean and wholesome. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, but they're still good. I
Yeah,
like both of them.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. We've only been on here for 30 minutes, and I'm still kind of.
I've read the Cookie Stackhouse series. Sorry. Go ahead.
What were you saying?
I said I was just letting Ginger and Ro know that I have read the True Blood or the Sookie Stackhouse series. I read that before it became a TV show. Really enjoyed it. Super duper easy reads. Are the Tea Garden ones also? The Aurora Tea Garden, are those also easy reads like that?
I think so, yeah.
Like her.
I think most cozy mysteries are pretty easy to read. They're really
okay.
They're really
You know how some books that like there's so much detail it takes you a long time to get through it. Where there's some where you can kind of easily move through it.
I'd say the one I haven't read any of those, But some of the cozies that I've read, like the one I just read, Arsenic and Adobo, it's more, it's not a lot of information. It's just, it's about a different culture. It's the Filipino or whatever, and they talk,
Yeah.
she talks about the food a lot, and she has these different names and things. Oh, thank you for showing that. That's the cover. It's
Oh,
this
nice.
is a new book, a new series. It came out March or May or something. I'm not really sure.
I think it came out last month, or no, I think it came out either last month or this month, because I keep forgetting that we're still in June and not July. But
Yeah.
it was either it was either last month or this month that it came out, because I was gonna read it, but then Cozy's like, "We're gonna read that in August for our Killing Time with Cozy's book." So I was like, "Okay, I'll wait."
Yeah, I didn't know that till after I started reading it. So
Then
I
once
was
you
like,
started,
okay, well,
it wouldn't
I'll just
wouldn't
leave.
happen.
I already started then. But yeah, but that one is a little, not that it's heavy or anything, but it is more. It has some words that are a little whatever. I think it would be more heavy if you're reading the actual physical book or the ebook. I listened to it on audio, so there wasn't
Yeah,
really a
it
problem
has
for
some
me.
Okay.
Philippine words in it,
Yeah,
so
the word,
you
yeah,
have to
the
kind of
Filipino
like
words,
think about it.
and it's kind of, some of them I probably wouldn't have been able to pronounce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes
Yeah, and it's
when the
like
cozy
some of
mysteries are about a different culture, then
Yeah,
they get a little bit more in depth, I think, because then they're trying
yeah,
okay.
to make you understand a different culture.
Explain.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And then
Okay. Because to me,
Cozy said, Mel, what are some of your favorite books or series?
oh, we got a
Loaded
minute.
question.
Yeah,
She's a
actually
little
I
obsessed
love.
with series.
Yes, I get a little bit obsessive. If by a little bit you mean a whole lot. Um,
Mm.
I love Wheel of Time. That's like what I'm going reading right now. So that by Robert Jordan, the Wheel of Time series. I'm on I think book 12 right now, and I've read the first few books several times already. And I am
Oh, you're frozen.
and then Tammy Hope. Is it me?
You froze up there.
Yes, you froze for a minute.
Am I now? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. But the Wheel of Time
That's all
is
right.
one that I really love. I also really enjoyed the Sword of Truth series, which that author is a little controversial, and his writing is a lot more. He deals in a lot of tropes, and he doesn't really flesh him out as well as some people. But I like it. It's a faster paced, easier read than Robert Jordan. And then another series that I really love, and I read it a long time ago, and I've been thinking about buying it again, is The Incarnations of Immortality, which by Piers Anthony, which is awesome. And I could go on, but I'm going to leave it at that.
I know a couple of those because of some of the booktubers that I follow that read those books, and then I had a friend that used to read Piers Anthony whenever we were in high school. So
I got into Piers Anthony because he wrote a book about Inverness, Florida, which floored me because I grew up in Crystal River, Florida, which is the neighboring town, and it's a very small town. So to see something that close to you when you live in a small town written about in a book is it's fascinating. So, and then I just fell in love with him. So,
do you like Brandon Sanderson?
I I have read his. That's a really good series. His gosh. The Well of Ascension, the I
Mistborn?
haven't got to his books in Wheel of Time yet, the ones that he wrote.
Yeah.
But what is
Have you read the Mistborn series?
I think that's the Mistborn. Yeah, that's the series I'm talking about. Yes. Yes, and I really, really enjoyed that. And I keep trying to get my daughter to read it. But she's somebody who started reading. She was reading Harry Potter at like 8 and got through that series. So she's a reader too.
I don't
Okay.
do fantasy a whole lot, but everybody talks about Mistborn all the time, and I'm like, maybe I'll just bite the bullet one of these times. But his books are so thick.
Well, Miss Ford
Yeah.
series, I'm going to get into it. That actually, they're not thick. They're thin. They're I would put it at the old Gothic mysteries type of thickness. It's nothing like his Stormlight series, which they are
Yeah, those ones are like, like
Yeah.
and they are very
Yeah.
detailed. And you really, I have to do those on audiobook because I can't anymore. I can't focus on it.
Yeah.
fantasy and
I
urban
think-
fantasy. I have to do like on audio because I give up too quick if I get too bored. But whenever it's on audio, it kind of helps a little bit.
Yes, yes. And speaking of urban fantasy, another author that I love, and all of his books kind of connect, is Charles Dellent. And he's Canadian, and his books are based in Canadian, based in based around a Canada cities, and each of the characters kind of connect. It's very
Never heard
cool.
of it.
Charles Dellent. Yep.
Me either.
Urban
Oh.
fantasy for me. I like the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher.
Oh, you know what? And one of my booktubers that I watch, which I'm about to follow a few more, by the way, but one of my booktubers I watch, Daniel Green, he talks about Dresden Files all the time. He loves it. So I really need to check that out.
And Elizabeth was saying that she had a coworker who loves Piers Anthony. But what I wanted to say about Elizabeth is she's from Florida too. She lives in Florida. She's from Oklahoma, but she lives in Florida.
Whereabouts in Florida, if
So-
you don't mind me asking? Like, are you on the Gulf Coast Central?
She lives somewhere around Orlando.
Oh, okay. I lived in that area for a little while. For a
I don't
few
think
5
she lives in Orlando, but she
She could be like in Winter
lives
Haven.
near there.
Yep. Gotcha.
Okay, she said, I used to live in Bushnell, Florida in 88 to 90, which is not that far from Inverness.
Yep.
Okay.
And not that far from Crystal River, which is home of the manatees.
Okay.
I love that. I love these connections. I really, really do. They're awesome.
To answer Rose's question, no, I haven't. I still haven't. I'm afraid. I know there's something bad happens in this last book, and I haven't. I just can't make
You're
myself.
avoiding it.
I just need to rip the Band-Aid off and listen to it. But yeah, I'm afraid somebody I like's gonna die.
Oh, that's. I don't like that. I don't want to be thinking about that. No, if I like somebody, I don't want to think about them dying.
Yeah. So yeah, I keep saying I'm gonna read it, but I haven't.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Her husband says to prepare yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's ready. He told me. That's why I'm like, oh.
Oh goodness.
So every time it
Yeah.
comes on Overdrive, then Overdrive says, I can get Battleground, I think is what it's called. I'm always like, delay and click it for like another month or whatever. I keep putting it off.
Don't make me. I'm trying to remember what Polk County
Okay.
is.
She said she lives in. I didn't get it. Polk County.
Gotcha.
So-
I'm trying to remember where that is. I know I've heard of it, and I know I've probably been there and driven through it plenty of times, but I can't recall. When I lived in Florida, I lived in the little town Crystal River, and then I lived in Jacksonville for a while, and I lived in Orlando for a while.
Yeah, my aunt. Let's see, what is it called? I can't think of what it's called. There's some county. I know the county, but I can't think of it. It's near Orlando somewhere. I think Orlando is just south of it.
Oh, got you. Okay.
Dade City? Dade
Okay.
County?
Dade County.
Something like
Okay.
that. That's where my aunt. They have a house in Alabama and then a house in Florida, like in a place where like a retirement park place,
Oh,
and they go
yeah,
down there.
yeah. They have lots of those.
Yeah. So I've been down there a few times just to see them.
Did you check out the parks while you were down there? Why do I have a flashlight in my chair? I'm sorry, I just found this in my chair.
The
Don't
weird
know.
things that you find. Oh, neat. I heard people talking about getting those
I got one of
on
those too.
the thingy jigger. But what's the deal? They offer it to out of state residents?
Yeah, $65.
Is there
That's
okay?
worth it though
Is
if
it
you can get
like
access to their library online. Because my
Yeah.
library is limited because I'm in a small town here in the mountains. So something like that would be awesome.
Yeah, because
yeah, mine
we have
is
Hoopla, and you can get 20 Hoopla credits, and that's like gold to audiobook people because
Oh yeah,
yes.
you get 20 credits a month, and my library
Yeah,
is
because
real
I only
small
have
here in Missouri, and so we didn't even have Hoopla. But then my friend let me use hers, and she has a West Virginia account, and she let me use hers because her husband had a card and he wasn't using it. And then I got 12 credits, and then I decided to get the Miami-Dade one so I could have 20.
that's nice. So and a
yeah,
book equals how many credits on Hoopla?
What?
A book equals how many credits? So to get like a book, how many credits do you
Oh,
have to
just
use?
one credit. So each
Well,
book
that's
is
amazing. So you can basically get like 20 books, and these are books that you own, on your through Hoopla, or are they like borrowed?
you just borrow them.
it's
Okay,
Just
like
like the
getting
library,
books
but
from the library.
yeah,
okay, gotcha.
And my library, I can only get 3 a
yeah.
month.
So that's why I said the more credits, that's like Hoopla Gold kind of, because the bigger
Yes,
cities have a lot more credits that they offer than the smaller towns.
yes. I
Gotcha.
need to look into my big city would be Atlanta, and I need to look into that. There's a few other cities that are a little bigger than mine, but I think that one
I
would be good. And then here she says, you buy it $65 for a year, and you get 20 Hoopla credits a month, so you can listen to 20 audiobooks a month. Great selection too.
Yeah, and they have a lot of cozy mysteries. So like Cozy there, who reads strictly, that's pretty much all she reads is cozy mysteries.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
that's a good
And
selection for her
then,
because she does that.
and then
That's a
I
that's a
wanted
really
to say,
good point. Wow.
Hey to Dark Roots Creation, who is obviously Lee.
Yep, that's
Is
Lee.
it-
Lee?
Okay,
Okay.
hey Lee, and then
Yeah, that's
Lizzie.
her YouTube channel too. She's a new booktuber.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then Ro, I thought about you and your library card when we were in South Florida on Saturday. Meant to try and find a library and ended up just thrifting. Okay, yes, I love thrifting books. That's what I do all the time. And
Ah,
she says
Yeah.
that her and Tiffany is Beach Bum Bookworm, have gotten so many people to buy a Miami card. I bet the Miami
Yeah,
people
they
are.
said they need to get some kind of like credit for that or something,
yeah, they
like a
need to
free
find their
year.
affiliate program or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
They often tease about, they wonder if the people that are like seeing all these people that are non-residents are like, where are they coming from?
Yeah, yeah,
In the world, how did they figure us out?
yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
when I get a little bit of extra dough, I might just have to do that. Get me one of those and
I got smart
see
and had my
about.
dad get it for my birthday.
Ah,
That's perfect. Yes, that's
Yeah.
perfect.
So I get a year's worth of books, and he didn't have to buy any that's going to be on my shelf because he says I have too many books.
I used to until I moved so much, and then I moved into a 450 square foot house, and I needed room for yarn. And it was a war between yarn and books, and unfortunately, yarn is much lighter to move than books
Yeah.
are. So
You can shove them into a box,
Okay.
probably squash them down
exactly,
and put the floor in a box.
Yes.
exactly.
Or put it in a bag and then uh
Do that little
vacuum it
vacuum
out.
thing. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done
Yeah.
that with clothes. I've never done it with books, but I made yarn. Oh, Lord.
I've seen where people have done it. It works. I haven't done it myself.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'll end up sucking yarn out with the vacuum. But I think that there's a shield, so that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can actually do it with almost any kind of bag, because I've seen people do it and then just put that really heavy, like cut a teeny tiny little hole, and then you can like put, if it's not a big enough hole, you can stick a what do you call it? The attachment, the no, yeah, you put the smallest attachment you have, and then someone stuck you a straw in there, and then put it through the hole and use that, and then put that really heavy duty tape on top of the hole.
Like duct tape. Okay.
Yeah, that heavy duct tape. Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
So that's the hack tip for today.
Yes. Thank you. I like the
What
hack.
did you do on theirs?
There's somebody named Pink Motivation.
Yeah,
I
Pink Motivation. I don't know Pink Motivation, but hey, Pink. Glad to have you here.
Nice to meet you. Meet you.
Yeah, good to see everyone. So, if you don't mind, how did you find out about us or whatever? Are you Do you
Sorry about
follow
that.
anybody here or anything? Oh, that's fun. Just wondering because I've never seen your channel before. And actually, this is the most people that have been in the chat for any of the lives I've done on what
That
I've
way
been
you can go
doing
out with a
during
bang, right?
June. Yeah, go out with me. Yeah, I may have to keep doing these lives. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it on Monday. I may have to change the day, but
Hey, there's the Beach
Oh,
Bum Bookworm. Hi.
Tiffany.
They were telling me about you, Tiffany. Right?
hello, Tiffany.
Has your ears been burning?
Yes,
Because we're talking about you.
They've been talking
yeah,
about you. Well, thanks for showing love, Pink. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
yes. Thank you. All love is good.
So,
Exactly.
Amber, what book are you reading?
Okay, just got through with arsenic and adobo, and I'm probably fixing to read. And I remember the name of it. Every breath.
I
Okay,
think we said
I'll
the same
be.
thing at the same time.
I seen her
I'll
comment.
tell that as a second. Tiffany said, "No, wait a minute. Where'd it go?"
It's a couple of
She
pages.
said, "Don't believe a word they said."
So I shouldn't believe all that good stuff they were saying.
Tiffany, we were telling Mel about Cozy Mysteries. I told her to check out your channel. Yeah, we were telling her to check out your channel.
I wrote
And
it down.
then, cool. And then Pink is saying, so y'all do crafts and read books? Um, Me and Mel do. I'm not sure about Storm. I think she just reads.
They craft, I read.
I listen
I,
to
I have
Yeah.
I have crocheted in the past, and I really need to get back into it. I get frustrated because when I try to make the first line, I always make it too tight, and then I can't get my thing to work out right.
And
And
That
we
is
talked
a
about that.
problem that I have.
You need to go like a 0.5 millimeter or a millimeter hook size up, and then switch to it once you do your chain, finish your chain, or learn how to do a foundation row instead of a chain. I crochet pretty tightly, so I have that same exact problem, and I have to go. For me, I usually have to go full millimeter size up. Some people it's only half. I have to go full millimeter size up to keep that from happening.
Okay. All right. So, Amber, do you normally read more books? I've noticed you've had a slow reading year this year. Yeah, usually I read more books. I've never been at the level that y'all are at. Cozy Row and Tiffany, they blow everybody out of the water with the books, the number of books they read, and then
Oh
some other
gosh.
people. And Elizabeth that was in here, oh my goodness, that woman, I don't know how she has time to do anything but read. She reads in the
she
hundreds.
listens to a lot of audiobooks too,
Yeah,
though.
she listens to a lot of audio. So, and like all the time, if she's awake, she's probably listening to an audiobook.
Here's the book I'm reading.
Okay.
It's
Olivia
Olivia and the Masked Duke.
and the Masked Duke.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can pull up the book
It's
that
Lady
I think
Charlotte's Society of Angels series. It's the first one, and Lady Charlotte is training these 3 young ladies how to be like investigators or something, and they're all for women, and they are learning how to investigate to help ladies and stuff. Since men have their things, and they won't let them because it's historical.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. I love that.
awesome.
And Beach Bum Bookworm is wanting me to fall down the rabbit hole of cozy.
yeah,
I gotta finish getting through my my Wheel of Time series, which, like I said, I'm on book 12. But it takes me a while. I am not a fast even listener by any means, but that's because I also love my movies and my TV shows. So either I'm
Yeah,
listening to the
that's
book
one
or reading
thing.
the yeah.
so
That's
how
one
many
thing
books
about
are
me.
in the Wheel of Time series? How many?
14. I think there's 14, and they're doing an Amazon's coming out with the series.
So
A
you're
TV
almost
series.
done then. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm close to that. It's 14 or 15. I gotta look it up now. Now I gotta look it up. Let me look it up.
So, Pink Motivation is an author. So, what have you
Ooh.
wrote, Pink Motivation? And I think this is the one, the audio that I'm going to start because I've become an audio reader now or a listener.
Yeah.
This is the one, and it
15.
said it's 9
Oh, Nicholas Sparks.
hours.
Huh?
Hmm.
Yes, Nicholas
Nicholas
Sparks. I'm a
Sparks is
big.
too sappy for me.
That's funny.
I
And I
don't like
know
books
he's
that
been
make
kind of
me cry.
controversial lately with some of his stuff, but I don't care what's
I
in the
watched
personal life
the
of
movie
people.
adaptations on his books, and I do not like them. Make me
I
cry.
love him. He's my favorite author.
That's awesome. What kind of books do you write, Pink Motivation? Are they because I see Pink Motivation, I think, is it self-help or something else?
That's not what I wanted. There we go.
I know it
He
moves.
said I would be happy to send y'all a copy. Okay. If you have Instagram, you can message me on there, or you can look on my about page on YouTube, and just you could either message me privately on Instagram or email me, and it's in my about on YouTube. And we'll talk about a copy of it if it's anything I'm interested in.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Lee asked me if I've read Crime and Punishment, and no, I haven't. I'm trying to get into more classics and stuff, but yeah, I haven't read that one.
I have a hard time with classics myself, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
understand
not a classics person. Okay,
Self-help
Pink
books.
said that it's self-help book. Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the motivation.
that.
So yeah, I'm depending on what it is, I may be interested. Just message me or email, whatever. And if any of these others want, that's them. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not. I don't think I've ever been sent a book. I've won books as giveaways, but I've never been sent one by like an author or a publisher.
I have once when I used to do a mom blog. I did that years ago though. I was sent a book, and it was a really good book. It was an interesting take on it was not really a true story, but kind of based on true stuff that happened to her. And it was
Okay.
an Arabic woman who was dealing with the fallout post 9/11 and what she had to deal with, even though she wasn't. Um, it just everybody thinking certain things about her and stuff like that. It was a really
Okay.
good movie.
All right.
The prejudice that she had to.
And okay, that sounds
Hey
interesting.
Lee, if you want to read
And
Crime and Punishment, I'll read it with you.
who's saying that?
Lee, she said that she's not a classic
Lee.
person, but she's trying to get to one this year, and I think I'd read it.
Oh, I'm trying to get the right.
I have
Okay, there we
a,
go.
a post I just put
Okay,
up not
well,
too long ago. I listed like 5 classics that I'd like to read before the end of the year. And one of
okay.
them's a chunker because it's the Count of Monte Cristo, and that one's a
Oh,
big
I've
one.
heard that that's good. I've seen the movie, but I've never watched. Okay, okay. And read another chapter. Hey,
Hi.
and yes, someone had said is the Walk to Remember Nicholas Sparks, and yes, it is.
And it was
Yes,
sad,
that's
and I didn't like it.
it was sad. It was sad. It is sad, but I loved it. Maybe
Sometimes
I'm
And
that
just
can be cathartic.
glutton for punishment.
to answer Cozy, yeah, I read Jane Austen.
She's
She's
probably
like
of
one
the
of my favorites.
classics. She is the easiest to read. I feel like, in my opinion, Jane Austen
I
is
think
of
so.
the classics.
Okay, I don't think I've ever read a trying to think what it's called, classic, actual classic. I've read some that might, well, trying to think. I've read the one set in Canada on Prince Edward Island. Um, it's middle grade. There's a movie, Marilla,
It's not
Matthew.
ringing bells for me.
Excuse me. I can't think of the name of it. It's very famous. I think it's the only classic. Green Gables, Anna Green Gables. That was driving me
Wow,
Are those
okay.
crazy.
classics? Now I have read those. You read those when I was little. I love.
I've never read those.
So I haven't. Other than that, I've read some that are like modern classics. Like I've read The Giver, and I think I've heard that My Side of the Mountain. I can't remember who wrote that, but I think that's a more of a modern classic because it might have been wrote in
Yeah, I've
the
never read that
50s,
one.
60s, something like that.
Okay.
Okay,
They
let's
made
get
a
to
book
some of
or
these
a movie
comments.
on that, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
I've read some Charles
Okay.
Dickens. I've read Jane Austen. I've read Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. and Dracula and like Frankenstein and things like that.
Y'all are doing much better than me. But I'm the crocheter in the group, so I do read.
But you make pretty things like that scarf was pretty.
Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
that was pretty.
I do have a tutorial on how to make a bookmark on my channel, by the way.
Okay. I used to make bookmarks, crochet bookmarks. I did that. I did a few. And then I got out of working. I did it with thread. And then I got out of working with thread. And years had passed. And like year before last or last year, I tried to work with thread. And I couldn't. I couldn't do it. It was too little. The stuff, everything was too little.
Tiffany's going to go and watch hockey. So bye, Tiffany.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, hockey. One game
She's
to
a
the
big
Stanley
hockey
Cup.
fan, so.
Yes, big. Oh, and she lives in Florida too. That's another somebody from Florida.
Yay, another Florida.
Yeah, enjoy the game.
In Florida.
I know nothing about hockey.
I don't either.
Okay, and
she's fun whenever we're on when she's on a live and she's talking, but she's also watching like hockey in the background or something.
Gotcha. Okay. That's awesome. That's funny. Well, it's nice to meet you, Pink Motivation. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I like y'all, and I will come and hang out again.
Love it. Jeffries.
Oh, there goes Cozy too. She's got to go make dinner.
Oh.
Bye, Cozy.
Bye, Cozy. Did I freeze? Can you see me moving?
You're moving. You're
okay. I think that way Amber might have frozen.
Yeah, I think she's frozen. Yeah.
So. Uh-oh.
Hostess frozen. What do we do?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Jean, Craighead, George did my scythe of the mountain. And
I think it's supposed to be my side of the mountain, maybe.
Okay. And it's a trilogy. So is that another classic? Oh, there she goes.
Okay. Yeah.
Hi.
She's done with this.
Oh, easy, classic, and spy and humor. Okay, I like spy.
That might be good.
Humor. I enjoy those things.
I think I put on my list of like classics that I wanted to read was the Count of Monte Cristo by is it Alexander Dumas? I think that's how you say his name, and Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens.
Okay.
And The Warden by Anthony Trollope. I've heard that that one's a little dry and hard to get through, but they said the rest of the series is really good. So I'm like, the rest of the series to see what it's like because everybody says it's good. So I thought I'd get through it.
Yeah, you just got to get through that first book.
Yeah, and The Wind in the Willow by Kenneth Graham, I think. I said, I think I've seen cartoons of that with Mr. Toad and all those, but I've never actually read the source material. So
I'm showing that off for somebody sorry about that.
That's fine. Lee was wanting to see your scarf. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of what the other one was. There was 5 and I can't remember. Oh, The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde.
Oh, see that one, that I think would be up my alley. That one, Dorian Gray.
I loved his play, The Importance of Being Earnest.
Mm-hmm. Which that was so very fun. Yes, I agree. That was very well. And I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. If you ever see me do this, this is me trying to get my camera
to get it to. Yeah.
It's still a little blurry. Dude. Oh, thank you, Dark Root. So Dark Root says my mom crochets and made me one with that similar. Oh, it's very soft, isn't it? I think I'm good now. Okay.
And yes, Lee, we're reading Dune in August. So
Dune, in the sci-fi.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't read it, but I love I even love the original movie, but I like both the original and the sci-fi adaptation of the movie. And oh, aren't they coming out with another one?
Yeah,
I
in
feel like
October, I think is one. So I think by the time we get done with it, it'll be time. We'll be able to watch the movie.
okay. Now is I can't remember. Is that going to be like like a streaming movie, or is it going to be in theaters movie?
I think it's a theater movie, but I'm not sure.
Now I got to look it up, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. I know a lot of people are anticipating it. I know you said you liked the movies, but I know a lot of people hated those older movies,
And they
hopefully
do,
this
but
one is going to redeem it. And
I'm easy to entertain, so
yeah. And I've been told that when I read the book that I have to at least give it 100 pages before I throw in the towel, because it's like I don't know. I think depending on what size of book or whatever you have, it's like anywhere from like 600 to 800 pages or something like that. So
okay.
it's a big, thick one. And I'm not a real big sci-fi person, but Scott from the Bookish Bryants, he's always telling me that, you know, I need to read that one. If I want to get into sci-fi, I need to read Dune. And I'm like, oh, okay, we'll try it. So me and a few of the ladies from our Discord group are going to start it in August. Some of them said they needed at least 2 months, so we'll probably be doing like August and September because it is a big book. I said,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of an easy buddy read. They can take as long as they need it or whatever. But
Well, and one good thing about starting with Dune is I feel like it's not a hardcore sci-fi. It's got a little bit of that fantasy feel in it, that rather than a hardcore. Because Arthur C. Clarke gets hardcore sci-fi, but it's still got that. Star Wars is a little bit more fantasy, so I wouldn't call that sci-fi. But you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna end up sticking my foot in my mouth, and I need to.
he
know.
also said, I don't know. Have you ever read Ender's Game?
I have not. I've. It's like on one of those things. Like I should read that, but I have not.
Because he also said that I should start with that because he thought that was kind of on the lighter sci-fi.
Got you. Okay, that
They're
makes sense.
doing on their channel in November on the Bookish Bryants, and they're really cool. And it's a husband and wife team, and
Okay.
they're really funny. They crack me up a lot.
The bookish what?
The Bookish Bryants.
Bryants. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. And they're going to be doing. I think it is in November. I think they're going to be doing this like whole sci-fi month or whatever. They're trying to get people to introduce this kind of like read novellas because it's like little chunks of sci-fi trying to get people into sci-fi. So.
Got you. Okay. There you are.
Back.
Welcome back.
I'm so sorry.
We held down the fort.
I don't know what happened. My computer has the charger in, and now it's saying it is 100% charged. So I don't know why, but it just totally went off.
Huh.
And then it was so slow getting back on and everything. So what's
I
everybody
agree with
talking
what,
about now?
And read another chapter said about classics and stuff. If you watch a really good adaptation movie and then read the book, you kind of have a better understanding of the book, and it's easier to read. Because I've done that.
To the characters, I think too, a little bit better. So it cements itself a little bit better in your mind.
The first time I ever decided to read a classic, it was I think it was either Jane Eyre or Pride and Prejudice. I know I read Pride and Prejudice because I watched You Got Mail with Tom Hanks, and they were talking about Elizabeth Bennet and all those things and everything, and she would have like her flower in the Pride and Prejudice book, I think it was. And so then I was like,
yeah,
what that's about. So I've got to read that and see what it's about. And I read Hamlet because I watched a movie too, and they were discussing Hamlet, and I was like, check that out. So I'm like, I think that one was called The Renaissance Man with guy.
Yes.
There's an army movie.
Got you.
Yeah.
And
you're not seeing your messages, Amber. Sorry about that.
But he used Hamlet to teach they were supposed to be kind of like the dumber little army recruit guys, and he used Hamlet to get them to like learn stuff and everything. And so I was like, well, this is interesting. I want to read Hamlet. And then I liked it. So,
Cool.
Lee, that's a lot of
Okay. Well,
reading if you're going to have a lot of books over 500 pages in August. How many books are you reading?
yeah. And then,
Ooh.
Oh, and Lizzie's got some.
goodness,
Elizabeth's got some big ones for July.
for July.
I
Yeah.
haven't made my
I-
TBR for July yet. I just really don't know what I want to read. I get
Yeah, I
moody
don't know.
sometimes, and I have a backlog.
I don't really do good. I don't
Danny
really do
DeVito,
good
yeah,
with
that's him.
TBRs.
The Renaissance Man. It has Danny DeVito in it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh. See, I don't know if I've seen that. Now I gotta look it up.
It seems like I might have or might have seen parts of it.
Pretty sure
And
that's
she's
the.
saying Elizabeth will crush that goal. Yep, she'll find
Yeah, she
audio books and she'll crush it. Yep.
Now I'm curious for your August TBR because I want to know what those 6 books are.
I know.
At least
right?
I know what one of them is because it'll be Dune. But
Yeah.
I have never seen a Renaissance Man, but it has some great actors in there.
yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Have to.
But it's kind of funny how like movies made me want to read classic books, kind of, because I would see a classic mentioned and I was like, well, if they're gonna mention it, it has to be pretty good. So then I would try it that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard people say stuff like that. Talk about how they found out that they were making a movie of a certain book, and so they found out that it was a book and had to read it, or they found out that there was some books that were made into movies and they wanted to
I've
read them.
gotten to where now
There's
when I
some-
see a movie trailer, I go and look and see if it's a book. Cause
Yeah, I agree. It seems, and even TV shows like
yeah.
The Magician, it's based off of a book series,
Mhm.
and so I need to look up that book series. But
Yeah, 'cause
and
a lot of
of course
times the books are better, so I always like
Yeah.
try the book first.
you get a lot more motivation, like what motivates people in a book than you ever could on the visual.
Bye.
Bye.
Hopefully the Dune goes well.
My TBR is still the one book that I've been working on. It's not gonna. That's probably won't change. I probably won't even get through that in the next month. But that's just me.
That's okay. I figure if anybody reads at least 2 or 3 books in a year, then they're reading, and that's good for me. I hate it when people say they don't read, and then I'm like,
why not? I know. I agree. I have an aunt who, she said, her motto is, if it's any good, it'll be a movie.
yeah.
Yeah. So she will not. She does not read. My mom reads, but and my sister is an avid reader. Oh,
She's
no.
having some trouble. Really having some problems.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah. My dad's the same way. Like he doesn't read, but he'll watch the movie. Like he loved Harry Potter through the movies, but he's never read books.
Which
but
they did a decent job. The movies did a decent job of but there's some avenues that were kind of missing that they cut out. But I feel like they did a pretty decent job. Hey,
Yeah,
Amber, did you move your phone or something? Because the lighting is completely different.
Yeah, is it better or worse? Or
It's better, actually.
Better.
okay, yeah, it's on my phone because I was done with the computer.
I got you.
Yeah, you're a lot brighter.
Okay.
And they don't say that. Don't read. They say they don't read proudly. What is
Proudly.
it?
She says they say they don't read proudly, but meanwhile she's embarrassed for them.
Yeah. They're like, I don't read. Like it's a good thing. Yeah.
And we were talking about the other day that you go into somebody's house and you look around to see if they have a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Judging their home and them by their books.
Yes, but you don't care how clean their bathtub is, but if they got a bookshelf,
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people go in the bathroom, look through the medicine cabinet. I'm looking, see what books you got, what movies you got.
Yeah.
yeah,
That lets you know. That lets you know more about a person than what's in their medicine cabinet.
absolutely. All the medicine cabinet tells you is their ailments, and who wants to know that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
If you have good enough friends, you'll figure it out. So you don't need to look in the medicine cabinet. But the books,
Yeah.
right? The books and the movies, that's going to tell you a lot more about their personality, and if you guys can connect better than anything else.
Yeah, see if they're my people, if
Totally.
they have like 2 or 3 bookshelves.
Yes,
yeah.
that's what I
Or
used to
if you
have.
got like,
Reminds me of, like, I had 4 or 5 bookshelves that were, I think they were about 6 feet tall, and they were full of books.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
what, and I had to get rid of them. Unfortunately. I do still have a few of my books left, but I did it just with all the moves and stuff.
I
Didn't
have
have-
books in stacks all over my room.
Oh, do you? That's funny. That's awesome.
yeah. I have mine in. I haven't gotten my bookshelf put up yet, but I have all of mine in tote bags.
That sounds like my yarn.
Yeah, I
my
have yarn
yarn
in tote bags too.
I have my yarn in tote bags because I do have some.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yay, we'll get you crocheting yet.
Yep.
I need to start doing like that whenever I'm like listening to audiobooks.
Yeah,
Yep, that's what I do.
I started crocheting because, well, part of it is when I worked a swing shift, so I worked up until 3 a.m. and the calls were slow in a call center, and things slowed down. So I would be reading, and then people would call, and I would get like mad that they interrupted my book. So I'm like, I need to figure out something else that doesn't make me mad, and that's when
Man, it was just getting good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I don't want to stop now.
Okay, that was another question I was going to ask is when did y'all start? When did you start crocheting and why? And
in
then,
my early 20s.
okay. And I wanted to ask not Ro, Storm, why, when she started reading and all, and had you always been a reader? And I guess I'll ask both of y'all that question. Have you always been a reader?
I've always been a reader since I was little. I used to collect those bookets from school like all the time. I'm sure they probably thought I was like lying, but yeah, I read all the time, and I fill those things up and go get me a little personal pan pizza. I was a reader.
I like that. My daughter used to do that. Now I am, as far as reading goes, I never considered myself a reader, but I read a lot when I was in grade school. And when I got into my late teens and early 20s is when I started that's when I first discovered epic fantasy novels and how you can stay with a character for books and books and books.
Yeah.
That's when I really became an avid reader. I would just devour books while I'm devouring an apple.
Okay.
I do think I quit reading a little bit in my like 20s and stuff, but I think that was because I was in college and things like that and didn't have a lot of time to read, and so I quit reading a little bit. But then yeah, I got back into it, and I just devour books now. It's like one after another, and I've always got books with me, and everybody's like, "You're always reading." If I say I'm tired, my aunt's like, "Were you up late reading?" No, I'm just tired, okay?
Tired.
Yeah.
Ken Follett in August. Oh, my husband reads, and he is an avid reader, and he reads nonfiction as well as fiction. But he loves Ken Follett. Every new thing that comes out by him, he wants it.
Is he the guy that does like the Pillars of Earth or something?
I have.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's the one, and I know because I remember seeing Lizzie Faye talk about it.
I was gonna say, I know I've heard that name, but yeah, I've never read it, but I've heard that name.
Yeah,
but those are pretty thick books too.
Mm-hmm. And I've also heard somebody else.
Krista Books and Jams. She's the one I first heard talk about it.
Yeah, I think I've heard her talk about it. Yeah.
So that's another booktuber. I
Books
love
and
her.
Jam, yeah.
Gotcha.
She
Gotcha.
reads
And
a lot
I
of Christian fiction and historical
yeah,
fiction
Okay.
and things like that.
yeah,
Okay.
historical is probably her jam.
Middle grade, she likes middle grade.
In middle grade, she does middle grade March.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means in the month of March, you read as many middle grade books as you can. They usually have a few prompts for you to follow, but basically it's just to read. You get you a stack of middle grade books and you just read them in the month of March.
But what are middle grade books?
Like, what is
I
it?
feel like I'm a
8-year-olds
child.
to like 12-year-olds, I think. Like
Oh, okay. So books that would
Harry Potter would probably be
middle-
considered probably a little bit middle grade, maybe.
Okay. Which I love some of those books.
Percy Jackson.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, I read those, and
I would say
Harry Potter, the first books, I think.
Yeah,
were-
the first
yeah,
ones were
the
a little
first
bit.
book.
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
the second too, but after that
Like-
maybe not.
Yeah.
Anna Green Gables, I'd say definitely the first one and stuff. So
But yeah, there's like a ton, and there's a lot of middle grade mysteries. So that's usually what I read in the month of March. I mean, middle grade mysteries.
because it. Oh hey,
This is Stella. This is my grandma's. What was my grandma's kitty?
Your kitten matches my dog.
Oh. Oh.
ain't they precious? If I wasn't in my bedroom, I could show you my kitty. But she don't come in here.
She's not allowed
She
in
has
there?
a bad habit of using the bathroom in places she ain't supposed to.
Gotcha.
So she don't come in the bedroom. Bedroom door is always closed.
I understand that completely. Well, this one, my niece, which I know Amber probably knows about this, but my niece had her, and she is kind of in between homes right now. So staying with friends and stuff, so she can't have a cat. So she asked me,
Oh,
I said,
yeah.
don't ever give her away. Don't, because this was my grandma's cat. My grandma passed away probably about 9 years ago, I think. So she's family.
Yeah.
And now she's become my lap kitty. She stays in my lap while I work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So what about you, Amby? What got you started? Both reading and crochet. What got you started?
When I was a kid, I was a wannabe reader. I was the one that we would get the Scholastic thing, and I'd be like, okay, you got to get me these books, all these books, and on the shelf they sat. I never read them, but I wanted to. And I would take them down and look at them sometimes and maybe read a few pages, but I was never really a reader. I did write some then, and I write now, but then I wrote a little bit. I write more now, but I was never really a reader then. And then in middle school, trying to think, 7th grade, because we moved and I went to a new school, and I became friends with this girl. She was an avid reader. She read every time she could get something. She read, and she gave me. I was big into Christian books back then, and it was Left Behind, the kids series.
Okay.
And there was a bunch of books in that series, and I read all of those. I got them all except for the last few I got from her. Last few I got on my own at a bookstore. And that was when I started reading more, but I got more into like Christian books and Christian fiction and Christian nonfiction. But then I found, as I got older teenager, like 15, 16, 17, I found Nicholas Sparks and got real into romance. And that's what I've been reading for forever and a day and everything. And then and this was a question I wanted to ask y'all too. I'll answer it first. I started maybe 10 years ago. I saw Hey Nancy Abbott.
Hi, Nancy.
Um, I saw, I'm trying to think who were the booktubers I saw. It was Ariel Bissett and um Books and Jam, no, not Books and Jams. Bookables.
Yeah, I like her.
Bookables. It was Bookables and Ariel Bissett were the two booktubers that I saw. I didn't know there was even I mean I knew there was music videos on YouTube and I knew there were people on here acting stupid doing stuff and but other than really that kind of stuff, I didn't know there was communities
Yeah,
and different types of things like that on YouTube. And I guess back then it was just the starting of it.
yeah.
So I saw that, I saw those, and I was like, oh my goodness. Uh, oh, hey. And so I watched them forever, and I was like, hey, this is cool. And then I started finding other ones like Lizzie Faye and finding Books and Jams, Krista Books and Jams, and
That
different
YouTube
things like
algorithm,
that.
it'll keep pushing them to you if you're watching it. Different things. The YouTube algorithm, it'll push stuff to you, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes. And I was watched that kind of stuff. And at the same time, I found, I guess, YarnTube or whatever, and I would watch. I think the first ones that I watched was Kristen. Well, I can't remember. It's Everyday Erin, not Kristen. That's her wife. Erin. Um, Everyday Erin is what she is now. I can't remember what it was before, but her and oh my goodness, what is Margaret sheepishly sharing
Okay.
Margaret Olander. Have you ever heard of her, Mel?
I
Oh
have
my
no
goodness.
problem writing these down because, yeah, I started with completely different, like yarn and crochet tubers, and I do follow
Yeah,
some book tubers, but
she was well when I first saw stuff, it was knitting. Knitting was
no, that's
knitting
me.
was where oh
He's
knitting was where
trying to get her to like focus
oh okay.
her camera or whatever.
I can't.
I'll just be
Uh,
the Haze from Star Trek. I'm the love interest in Star Trek now. So
okay. But that was where I started was seeing knitting, and then some of them would talk about when I found sheepishly sharing, she was mainly talking about crochet at first, and then she was
Bye, Nancy.
oh bye Nancy.
We just popped
Just
in for a
popped
minute.
in for a while. I have to go enjoy. Oh well, thank you for popping in. But she talked about crochet, and then through Erin is what got her to knitting. So she does
okay.
both, and
She finds
everybody else was talking about all these luxury hand dyed and all these uh
Fancy stuff.
yeah the fancy stuff natural fibers and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. And it wasn't until I found Margaret that she was somebody that was using acrylic and going to Walmart getting yarn and not
Hmm.
a LYS that you had to pay $30 for a skein and
Yes.
all this and everything. So that's what got me, and I got into watching her. I watched her for a long time, And so then from seeing her, what really got me was she did a video. You can find it somewhere on her channel. I'll try to see if I can find it and link it down below. It's where it was like she was saying, come join me or come spend time with me. It was just where she had people send her clips of them saying, hey, I crochet, I knit, I do whatever. Just, and if they had a channel, they would say that. And if not, it would just be them talking about themselves for a few minutes. None of the videos were over 5 minutes at all. And I was like, I want to do this. And then I kept on thinking about it. And then she only did that, maybe a few videos. I know there was one that she did. And I finally, I think 4 years ago is when I started my channel. I was like, I'm finally going to take the plunge and I want to talk about this stuff. I like this stuff, and that's it.
That's awesome. I love that.
And so, yeah, and I've met so many wonderful people on there, and to the credit of YouTube and the people in the communities, I've never had anything bad said on any video and anything. I don't even think I've ever had a thumbs down.
Wow, I've got thumbs down.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've gotten any thumbs down, but I did have a person put kind of a nasty little comment. They were talking about the characters in the book, but it still was kind of nasty. It wasn't
Yeah.
personally about me, but it was just kind of like, wow, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
The character was a little bit like a plus size, and so they like called up fatty, and I was like, really? I mean,
Unnecessary.
yeah,
I had people come into my live calling me that. And I'm like, yep, I am. We're all good. Let's just go ahead and move on.
Yep.
I know what I am. I ain't worried about it.
Yep. What else you
with
got to
that
talk
comment,
about?
I said that person I think had some issues because it like was a long
Yeah.
comment about something, and I'm like, yeah, you just go ahead and vent it out. But yeah, it was.
Yep.
But other than that, yeah, they've not really been that bad.
Good. Yeah, I have
you, Mel.
Okay. As far as like you mean like coming on the your question, but how we got on YouTube and started seeing stuff and thinking about doing it.
Who did you start following first? Like,
okay, so on as far as, and I'll go with both booktuber because I do follow a couple of booktubers, and but I'll start with the yarn tubers or crochet tubers.
Okay.
Yeah. And the very first one that I started watching was Mikey with the Crochet Crowd. And
I think I've seen some of his.
Yeah, he's really good, and he's one of the biggest ones. Him and Nastasia, I think, are, as far as I know, the biggest YouTubers. And then from there, I watched Marley Bird and Moogly. And I enjoy their tutorials, but as far as the personality goes, that they're okay. They're not nothing wrong with them. I just I go for their tutorials. And whereas Mikey had this like flamboyant, wonderful personality, and then I found me Jada in Stitches, and I love her. I love her. Her and Krista with the Secret Yarnery, and those are the personalities. And I realized that you know, that you can get. It's not just about the tutorial. Sometimes you get that personality that comes out, and when you're talking about yarn or the projects and stuff. So yes. And then it went on. I watched many more, and it's funny because I know we got a lot of Bag O' Day fans in our community, but I really did not watch Crystal until after I started my channel. It was the other people that I watched more than her, but I do like Crystal. She's very honest, very forthright. Me too. Very forthright. Yeah. And as far as booktubers go, I only recently started following booktubers, and the first one, and most of them are Wheel of Time centric.
Okay.
Gonna
There's
say.
a lot of fantasy ones on there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a few. I can't remember one of the girls' names, but I started watching her because she did something with Daniel Green. So I follow Daniel Green, and he's very
Funny.
fantasy based. Yeah, he's funny. I love personality. And then the other ones that I follow are like Nay Bliss, which is a character from Wheel of Time, so it's very Wheel of Time specific. And then there's another one which is hilarious. It's called The Wheel Talk, and the character that this person's created is called Rakapa Sadai, which if you read the Wheel of Time, Sadai is an honorific that's given to particular magic users, that type of thing. But anyway, so those are my books. But you guys just gave me a whole bunch more to follow.
Since you like fantasy, I'm going to mention this one YouTuber. His name is The Library of Alexandria. So instead of like Alexandria, it's Alan, because I guess and that's his name.
Is that 2 L's, Ian?
Yeah, I don't know if I can, if it'll focus. It's not going to focus really well.
I can see the library up, but I still can't. But it's
Allenxandria.
Okay.
He's really funny, and he's pretty much fantasy everything, and he's just really funny.
Okay, I have to check him out. Thank you.
That's why I said I follow all kinds of people, even though I don't read a lot of the books. I still follow them.
Well, and it's fun to watch to see how people interpret things and their perception of stuff. So I love that.
When I first got on looking on BookTube and stuff, I started following Bookable, Heather from Bookable. I liked her, and Kayla from Books and Lala.
Oh yes.
And I don't know if it's Books with Emily. I think she's French Canadian, I think, and she has this cute little accent. And I don't read a lot of the books she does, but I just like her for the accent.
Yeah,
I hear that.
I think a lot of people might just come to my channel for the accent.
Yeah, they come for you, Amber.
And I watched BookTube probably for several years before I decided, I really want to try to do this. But it's like, I don't know. I'm really shy. It doesn't seem like I'm shy here, but I'm really shy.
You know what?
I know exactly what
being
you
on
mean.
here with people, it's easier. But when I'm by myself, I freeze up. As soon as I push the record button,
got you.
Whatever I wanted to say just went right out the mind and everything. That's why I said I ramble a lot, because I'm like, I knew what I was going to say about that book, but now I can't remember. Even trying to write myself notes, I still feel like I ramble.
I either ramble or I'm looking down at the notes and trying to talk and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad somebody thinks I've gotten more comfortable. Yay, Lee thinks I've gotten more comfortable. And I do think I have gotten a little bit more comfortable, but I still my heart still pitter patters and stuff. I don't know why. I'm just
so when you're just recording too, and recording yourself instead of live, you still get those nerves and the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't tried a live on my own channel, is because I'm afraid once I put it on my own channel, I'll be like, But when I get on here with other people, I'm fine. But I think if I have a guest on a live, I'd probably be okay. But some people do lives by themselves and they're just, just talking and hanging out and all that stuff. And no, I'm kind of like,
Well, I think that with that, it goes to if they have a lot of people in the chat or not.
That helps too, yeah.
And then it's kind of like you have people with you, but just nobody else that you can see.
I think it just helps that you don't care who's watching and you're just doing your own thing. And I'm just not one of those. I'm not the bubbly, outgoing personality, and so if I don't have a back and forth, I can't do it, because I'm like, well, what do I say now? I have no clue what to do. Nobody's talking.
Yep. But that's how I am. I don't know what to say ever. As you notice, I just kind of let y'all talk.
No, you're doing good. I think you do not give yourself enough credit. I think you have questions and stuff, so I think you're doing good.
Like Tiffany from the Beach Bum Bookworm, she does interviews with authors, and she does great interviews with cozy mystery authors. You have to watch them;
Yeah.
they're really great. And I'm like, I would like to do that, but I'm afraid I would get on there with the author and be like, now what do I
Yeah.
So what's your name?
Yeah,
Who are you again?
do? Yeah.
Why am I talking?
totally.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm one of those. I'm really shy in person. Like I'm like the wallflower person or
Got
whatever.
you.
At the places I would be like background and watch everybody else, but I wouldn't participate unless I have somebody made me participate. I've always been that way.
Yeah.
Really
I would
shy.
be the one, and I'm not. I'm actually an introvert, but I have learned because I've been in situations where I've had to network, and I have been the one to find somebody like you, find the wallflower, and force them to talk to me because I connect with the wallflower much more than the people flitting around between people.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned. I actually read a book about networking for introverts, and they say you pick like one or two people, and that's it, and then you do a full on because it's a deeper connection than the outgoing person that does these quick connections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is nice. But I've had a different experience with going live. I've found that I really enjoy it, really enjoy it, and no, but I couldn't do it without having the. I look up like icebreaker questions, and
Oh
if I
yeah.
didn't have those,
Yeah.
I don't think I could. I would get lost too as far as the conversation
You
goes.
should check out her Saturday morning. It's at 11. Her live every Saturday morning at 11. It's good. And
Oh,
she's
thank you.
it's just always the icebreaker questions and everything. It's not just yarny people that can
Yeah.
come and enjoy it.
Now,
So,
yarn
and she does
hookers
some interesting questions.
thank you very much. Yarn hookers in the evenings is very specific to crochet and yarn, but my
Yeah.
morning one is more community based. So I like to get to know the
Yeah.
people that are watching me.
Because
And
it's like,
then,
I mean, I don't know if you've ever watched on the booktube, have you watched people they do vlogs where they kind of vlog about their day, and then this is the book they're reading, and they show you a little bit of their day, and they do about, yeah,
yeah,
I try to do those, and it doesn't go well. I'm like, no, I can probably sit here and talk about the book or whatever, but I forget to take them with me if I go to the bookstore or if I go.
Yes.
I don't remember to do it. Like
yeah,
Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye, she's really good about that. She just did one where she went to bookstores and she was showing. But
That
yeah,
and
yeah.
I just don't think to take people with me.
Me neither. And then I feel,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, I was just saying, I feel nervous, like in somewhere filming or
Mhm.
whatever. And
Yeah.
like, if I'm just talking, I feel like I'm talking to myself and people are going to be staring at me.
Well, a lot of times you'll see them. They'll be real quiet, but they'll just show you stuff, and then they'll talk about it afterwards. Or you can hear them
Yeah,
whispering because they don't want to be real loud.
yeah,
But then you've just got some that they don't care. You watch me while I'm talking to myself on the camera. I don't care. The really big
yep,
extroverts who don't really care. But yeah,
yep.
I'm like that with recording out in public too. I can't. I have a hard time with it. So I do the voiceover. I'm like, record. You don't know that I'm recording on my phone.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to mention, is this Lee? Is
yes,
Dark Roots Lee? Okay. Lee said she thinks it's a good idea, and I guess she's talking about when you're live to
yeah,
have a topic to talk about. Because seems like to me some of the lives that are better, not that others aren't good, there's a difference. Or not better, but like there's a difference in if you're just talking about whatever or if you've got a topic.
Mhm.
hmm
You know, it kind of keeps you from I think you don't rely on the chat as much if you've got a topic, and you don't rely on having other people there as much if you've got a topic.
Hmm.
I think that's just what I've experienced in doing lives myself.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I know with the yarn hookers, because we do have a topic. Usually, the
Yeah,
chat, we don't even pay attention to that until
I know.
at the
Yep,
beginning and at the end. But then in the middle, we try to go back and catch some stuff. But for the most part, we're going through a topic. So I absolutely
yep,
agree with that. Yeah.
yep.
Yep.
And then just one thing I wanted to talk about this last little thing is I wanted to see if either one of y'all had heard of the Christmas in July fairies. Yeah, I figured you had. Have you?
I hadn't
Um,
heard about it until you mentioned it in the Discord, and I had to like go look it up or whatever. 'Cause
okay. It started, it's Dana from Dana's Wonderlust Crochet is the one that started it, and I'll link her below. She had an idea. It started in the yarn community, and she had the idea to thank all the subscribers and watchers and everything. And if you if you make videos or whatever, do a video saying I'm a Christmas in July fairy and I'm having a giveaway and all the giveaway stuff, and say on, I think it's July 15th, I'm going to draw from everybody that comments and is subscribed to my channel. And then on that day, um, you do another video where you draw, and whoever you draw from that, you send to Dana.
Hmm.
And on the 20th or the 25th or something, she will draw for the grand prize winner. And everybody that is a fairy, they send that grand prize winner a prize. And last year, I think it was like 160 something people.
I'd have hate to have been the mailman that day.
That's right. No, that's right.
It grew really
Um,
big. Yeah, it was pretty. It was
yeah,
amazing how big it got. Was last year the first year, or did she do it before that?
I think last year was the first year.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing how it grew.
And then I think I had messed up when I put the hashtag. I think this year the hashtag is Christmas in July Fairies 21 or 2021, something like that. I'll have to look up and be sure. But what you're supposed to do is do your video on, she said to post it on July 1st, but I think it's anywhere like the first few days in July, so that people have enough time. Because a lot of people, you can go if, okay, you can't be a fairy and a contestant. That's one of the things. But if you're a contestant, you can comment on everybody's video and have all those chances of
Mhm.
being somebody. But the one thing that I don't know is, like, some people were given, the ones that win from whoever's channel, they are called the semifinalists. And some people were given them a prize,
Mhm.
like for winning on their channel. But
I think
I
that was
don't
the
know if
like,
you're,
person's choice. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
I don't know if you can do that and then send that person to Dana. Because I think whoever it was that's helping her this year, she did a video and I watched it. And I think she said you're supposed to choose somebody else to send to Dana. So, but I thought
Well, I
other
gotta go
people
watch
had,
this now. It sounds like it's
I
getting complex.
got something with utopias in the title of her YouTube channel.
Okay. Okay.
Something utopia something. I remember there's 3 words in the middle word utopia, but I can't remember her whole channel. If I remember it, I'll link it below.
I'm sure
Okay.
if you look up the Christmas fairy, whatever it is, the July fairies, you'll probably find her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Well, I'm connected with Dana, so I'll go because Dana will probably
Yeah.
have. I think she probably has something. But
Yeah.
so you said that it was just YarnTuber. So is she now allowing other like say a booktuber to
Yes,
participate?
when she had her when I think it was like 2 weeks ago, she posted a video showing how to enter or how to do it or whatever. She
Hmm.
said that it started in the yarn community and that people that win may not be a yarn YouTuber because it's gotten so big now that there's people from like the homesteading community.
Oh, okay.
There's I know that's some of the people that I've seen. And there's I don't know who specifically else, but she said other YouTubers. So that's just what she said. She said other YouTubers. So I'm sure that people that are booktubers, people that are whatever, can win. And she also said that she would let everybody know some of the likes and dislikes, and if anybody had allergies and anything about the winner, the one that wins the grand prize. So you didn't have to worry about that, and you would have more
So
information on.
anybody can enter. You don't have to be a yarn tuber, but the people that are actually
Right.
participating and making the videos, are they just yarn tubers, or is it just anybody
No,
can make a video?
anybody can do it as long as you have a channel that I have a channel that makes videos, I think. Or I don't know. I think
You're praying
no,
active
she said that,
channel.
yeah, just have a channel. I think she said you just have to have a channel. But I guess it would be an active channel
Yeah,
because you have to
you
have an
need
active
followers,
channel.
so
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need followers. So it doesn't really matter what type of videos you make as long as you have followers and all. But she did say in that video that you need, or it's either her or on last Saturday's live, somebody said you need to make sure you find out about the person that wins because they may not be a yarn tuber or a certain thing that you're into, so that you know when you send your prize what to send them and what not to send them. And I know that Dana's going to give some information, and I'm sure she'll tell what kind of stuff they're into and all that. So,
Yeah. Okay. Okay, but like if you choose to give out a prize for your individual for to your semifinalists, if they're entering on your thing, if I say I'm going to give you yarn and you enter, you're getting yarn.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
but
yeah, if
she's
you,
going to try and personalize the grand prize to somebody who I see what you're saying.
yeah, if they are whatever they are, she
I
doesn't
think
want someone,
if you're entering off of a yarn tuber's channel, you should expect to get yarn or a pattern or something, or
Yeah.
yes, yarn related
needles,
thing.
or whatever. I mean, because you're entering on that channel. If you're entering on a
Yeah,
booktuber's channel, then you should expect to get probably like their favorite book or something like that. I mean,
yes, that kind of thing.
I would just
Yes,
think that would be common sense, but I know how some people, they people
yes,
like
and
to gripe just to
also
gripe. So
I think that I'll be the perfect. I'm not trying to be whatever. I think one reason that I will be a good person to be a fairy is because God, I do a lot of things that aren't just
One thing or another.
books or yarn, or I do other things that I've talked about and all, and I have a lot of like a lot of things that I've bought to use as prizes that I can send that aren't specific to any one thing.
Yeah.
So if someone, whoever wins, I think I will be good enough. I'll be okay to send prize. And
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a big prize that you send to the grand prize winner. It can be anything from a $5 gift card to a whole box of yarn or the whole box of books if they like books. You know, it doesn't have to be just one thing.
One good thing
Or
about
just,
books is you can use book depository and it's got free shipping. So
Well,
yeah,
that's
you can do
nice.
that. Or you can send them a gift card to a bookstore
yeah,
or like to somewhere online. You could
Amazon.
even
Everybody
send them,
loves Amazon.
yeah, you could send them a
yeah.
gift
I'm
card to
always like, give me
Amazon.
Amazon gift cards, please.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Hi,
Well,
Danny.
hello, Danishka, Denny, Denny.
I do.
Yes. Um. So I think I've tried to explain it good enough, and
Yeah.
I'm going to try. You don't have to if you are a fairy, but I'm going to try since it's Christmas in July. My thing is I don't know what in the heck I'm gonna wear. That I don't know, but I'm gonna try to do my makeup and my hair in the vein. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be like I'm copying, but in the vein of Elsa from Frozen.
Oh, and you got the hair for that. I'm telling you.
Yeah, if it was washed right now.
I'm
It's
gonna.
been a day or two.
That would be
But
funny. That's like one of those things. I'm a little bit shy about dressing up on my channel. I did do it once for Halloween, like I put a wig on and did like my TBR for. But yeah,
cool.
some
I
people go like
did.
crazy on Halloween with dressing up whenever they're doing videos during the month of October.
I just dress
Yes.
up to be Jane here.
Oh, okay.
Although my kitties have stolen the headband, but I dress up. I put a headband or something on her that's seasonal. But that I don't dress up. I'm with you.
Okay.
No, no.
I think I'm gonna. I gotta find something to wear because I have no idea. I wasn't specifically gonna try to be her, but I just thought her hair and her makeup is what I would try to do, and then try to see what I could find that was maybe more Winter Wonderland ish
Okay.
than specifically Christmas or whatever. But I'm gonna try to get like some fairy wings, kind of like if I could get just like white sparkly ones, that's what I would like the
That'd be
best.
perfect.
I'm gonna see if they have any at Dollar Tree. I'm going there tomorrow. Well, I'm going to the bigger Dollar Tree tomorrow than the one that's right by my house. So, gonna see if they have any of that, or maybe like a boa. I was thinking maybe wear like a fuzzy white boa.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, look like kind of snow idea or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought maybe I would get either a white sheet or a white poster board and put that up for my background and have some cut out snowflakes for the background.
Oh, that'll be pretty.
So I was thinking about that. Oh, and another thing, if you're a fairy, the video she asked for the videos to be 5 minutes or less
Yeah.
because like if you're gonna be entering and you want to enter 10 people or 20 or 30 then or more, you that's a lot to have to watch just to be able to comment and enter. So she wanted them to be shorter videos, and I guess that's another reason I feel so okay doing it. I don't have to be on here for like 20, 30 minutes or
Yeah.
more.
They just want you to get straight to the
Just,
point. I'm being a
yeah.
fairy and I'm giving this away, and this is what happened. And
Well,
okay.
you don't even have to show what you're giving away. It's just you say, I'm a Christmas in July fairy, and you tell kind of what the deal with it is, how if you went on my channel, you'll be I mean, I guess you can show if you want to, but I I watched some of the videos from last year and I don't think anybody showed what they were giving away.
Okay.
And I don't think some people didn't know what they were going to give away yet because they wanted to see who won and everything because somebody like if affordably crafty, I can't remember her name, but if she
Yeah.
was to win, she's not going to like pink yarn if that's what you
Yeah.
bought for the gift. So you have to, that's why some people would maybe wait to get their prize to see who wins.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
So, and like some people might, like I said, may not even want yarn, or they may prefer to buy their own yarn or something, So,
Give me yarn as long as it's not ugly.
yeah. But see, that's even as long as it's not ugly. See, I may think it's gorgeous and beautiful, and I send it to you, and you're trying so
What
hard
is this?
to, okay, thank you for the yarn, but and secretly you're hating this yarn because it's a color you think, oh, this looks
Yeah.
like you or something, or
That's when
that,
you make something for somebody and say, "Here you go, Merry Christmas." Here you go.
yes. Oh, yes.
There you go.
So I think I've said everything about it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Are we about ready to wrap up? Because I need
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do is wrap up. All I'm gonna do now is I do like to pray at the end of I have been praying at the end of these
Wow.
videos. So I will pray now.
Okay.
Thank you, God, for letting Melanie and Storm, be on my channel, be on this last live, on this spur of the moment little event that I tried to do with doing the lives every Monday in June. I'm glad it worked out. Thank you for letting it all work out for the month of June. And anybody that's in the comments that has any prayer requests, please just answer those prayers. And if any these two, uh, I almost called you Ro again, but Storm, if she has anything, just help her have a good week and good day and night and everything. And the same with Melanie. And let their channels be good and let everything that they do go all okay. And please bless the event of the Christmas in July fairies. And thank you for letting me do this. And just let me pray. Amen.
Amen.
And happy reading, happy crochet, and God bless. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.